All right. This is our Social Proof Live. Consistent and do it every single Friday. There's so many conversations we need to have. Today, we are talking to people who have a large back and can't stop eating, but can't seem to get their body and health under control. We do now believe that that has a major impact on how you build a business and build a life and build a relationships because at some point I was addicted to food. I was addicted. It ran my life and I just couldn't stop it. And I understand how drug addicts are. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I got this little itch and there's a craving for something. And I started when I satisfy, every time I satisfy that craving, it shows up in my body. And I started getting this weird vision of how it starts to shorten my life. And I started going on this journey. Two things happened. One, I was playing with my kids, and for some reason I had my shirt off because I never had my shirt off because my body looks weird. Skinny fat is a weird look. It looks strange, like because it's not like it's surprising. It's like, ew, look, it's just like one. They get shaped like no is, and I looked down and I said, "This is disgusting." My stomach was it was just disgusting. The second thing happened. Come on, and I saw someone who's shaped. Yo, he has a horrible shape. He just looks. He's built. And, and I said, "Oh no," because if he starts looking better than me, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my whole life. And those things happened. Neo, I was like, yo, Neo, what you doing, bro? He's like, I got this coach, connect me with Coach Sean, who is here today. And I went on this journey, and it's incredible what 90 days can do to your life and to your body. Just 90 days. You think if you've been in life, 90 but you can literally change your life in 90 days. So today we're going to have a conversation with some people that are in the industry. We're going to talk about the mindset of what it takes to live a life of health and freedom from food. And then we're going to talk about how fat works. I don't think people know how fat works because I be seeing all these fat vegans and it's weird a little bit. It's like, and I'm like, yo, you're still fat. You still look crazy. And maybe fat's a strong word, but then I'm using it for, it gets the people going. You know what I mean? The word fat. But we're going to identify how fat works because you all are scientists when it comes to this. And then the food that we need to eat. I thought that if I just stop eating food, I'll get the body that I want. But then I really had to go into proteins and all that kind of stuff. We'll go into that. And then body shapes. Some people just have specific body shapes. I don't know if bones are just big. TV's created that. Like, oh, I just got big bones. And I don't know if that's an excuse. But different people have different body shapes. And then kind of work out what do we need to do. Then we're going to talk to our fitness professionals. And then we're going to go into just some of the things that people struggle with. So I'm going to introduce my esteemed guests in the building. I'm going to start to my right. A young lady I've literally seen go from working a job to being a full-time entrepreneur to influencing people around the world and changing a whole lot of people's lives. And two gyms that I've been able to follow you through and fitness programs. You are just an incredible, incredible authority. Do you remember our first episode?
Yeah, I was so scared.
Nervous.
So nervous. I was like, what is he going to talk to me about?
Was that your first interview?
It was.
Man.
As an entrepreneur.
As an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But you weren't even a full-time entrepreneur at that time.
No, I was still working, but I didn't feel like I knew enough to be on a podcast and talk about it. You proved me wrong, though.
Oh, man, you've been crushing it ever since.
Thank
you. Miss Helani Lobdell, Miss 2 Weeks Out. Go on and introduce yourself.
What's up, you guys? I'm Helani Lobdell, Mrs. 2 Weeks Out, the retired battalion chief, now full-time fitness guru, okay? I do everything fitness-wise, mom, wife, always expanding, always growing, always learning. And now I just chose a different form of service. I'm not saving lives and protecting property. Now I'm changing people through health and wellness.
Absolutely. When were you always like slim or fit?
I have been my whole life, always a smaller person. The only time I had an issue with weight is with my son, pregnancy with him. I gained 50 pounds. My daughter, easy pregnancy, 30 pounds, snap right back. My son, 50.
Really?
50 pounds. And then I was like, okay, I got to do some work.
Did you snap back
I did.
immediately?
14, well, I had a hernia. It was a lot of stuff. I had to have surgery, all this. But once I got all that stuff under control, I snapped right back.
Got it. Okay. Next up, we have my coach, Coach Sean. I was introduced to you through Neo, and really, I appreciate you for teaching me, not just like, do this workout, but like teaching me so now I have stuff with me that I could take. So, Coach Sean, welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Go on and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah. So I'm Coach Sean, a.k.a. The Body Sculptor, and I am the owner of Coach Sean 80/20 Fit, and I specialize in reversing age and giving people the best body they've ever had in their life.
When you say reversing age, what you mean?
Mm-hmm. So whenever you get deep into health and fitness, for example, you look much younger now since you've been training with me. Yes, minus the gray hair. But it working out reverses age.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
why
you
we
look
all
younger.
look so good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do I
sir.
look, okay, you see me before and after. I want you to be honest, okay? Do I look younger? Really?
Yeah, dude.
I was more
Exactly.
vibrant.
Look at your before and after pictures. When y'all get a chance, pull it up. When this gets clipped out, look at your before and after pictures. You look like somebody's granddad, let alone a dad. I'm just being real with you, man. But you look good now, man. I'm proud of you.
You move differently now, too.
Yeah.
Then.
Bro.
It's more confident.
Upper cross syndrome,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like he sits up more. Like I'm being real. I'm giving you your flowers right now.
Yo,
Seriously.
You can see it in your face too.
I don't know if I felt
Flowers.
flowers.
It's in your
I don't know if I felt
face.
flowers with that one. Yo, but last year, so not this past year at Invest Fest, the year before that, we had judged this pitch competition, and the young ladies are like walking me to my room. I don't know how the conversation. No, she might have been calling me like sir, and I'm like, yo, why you calling me sir? Just call me David. And I was like, yo, how old you think I am? Yo, she was like, 48, 49.
Ooh.
Yeah, see.
I said, bro, I'm not 48. And then somebody else, we started walking. I said, excuse me, ma'am. What do I look? She said, about 45. I said, oh, no. But I didn't have a haircut and I had gray hair. I just look old. That was crazy to me. They didn't even try. You know, even if somebody look older, you say, oh, what you, your 30s? Even if you don't think that, they was just brutally YNs or something else. But now that you say that, I understand. Okay. So you always been into fitness?
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part?
Yeah.
What got you excited about it?
Well, it was kind of by accident, to be honest with you, because I never seen myself doing this, but just trying to go through the process of getting my body the way I wanted it to look. And then once I finally nailed it, that was like 2013, then people started approaching me and asking me, did I train or did I box and stuff? And I was like, hold on a second. You know what I mean? Then asking me when I told them, no, I just work out, asking to work out with me. And I just did it. And then next thing you know, it's just kind of all fell into my lap. But I never thought that I would be here doing this.
Dope. Man, this is awesome. Coach Breezy, what's happening? Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, the last time my audience saw you, you was in the hot seat.
I was in the hot seat. I was. We've come a long way.
Oh, for sure. So introduce yourself.
My name is Coach Bree, or Coach Breezy. I am the founder and CEO of Breezy Fit Co., which is a strength and performance-based company. We train business owners, entrepreneurs, and athletes to get to peak performance and get to the next level.
I love it. You always been into fitness?
Always.
Always.
I mean, I've had other jobs, but I've always been in fitness.
So, okay, so you all are much different than me in that I just found fitness and I just, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't always, I guess as a kid I was athletic, I played basketball, but I was probably always out of shape because you drink, you smoke, you eat, you pay no attention to the foods that you eat, right? But something happened. Those two situations triggered me to say, I want to get on this path. So for someone that is maybe challenged in that space and they want to do something better, what is the mindset they need to look at it as they're watching this show right now? And I'll start with you.
You kind of hit it when you started talking about yourself. You sitting there with your kids, your shirt is off, you look down, and you were disgusted with what you saw. I believe it really starts with how you see yourself first, because I can tell you all day long, you need to do better. You need to lose weight. You need to, even just cardiovascularly, you need to eat a certain type. I can tell you everything all day, but until you get sick of you, that's when you decide that you're going to mentally tap in and start doing the things that you know you need to do. So mentally, you need to make a decision with yourself that I know I need to do this for me, not for my kids, not my significant other, not for whoever's saying I need to, but I'm sick of what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling, and I need to do better.
Here's the thing, man, because I think people can get that feeling. Like for Jay, for instance, right? He said, "Man, I'm sick of this body," right? But he still orders double queso at
He's not sick of
Chipotle.
it.
I'm not. I mean, he says
He's not. He says it, but he's
like,
not.
I want extra. The chips on the side, it's wild. He can't stop. He's addicted.
Yeah, food is an addiction.
What do y'all think is happening with him? Jay, you can come share your own testimony.
First off, I've been making progress. It ain't been no queso for a minute. All right, we got a little,
What is
we got a
that?
little
You over
chicken
there
salad
eating
from
out.
Cava going on right now.
Okay.
Okay, we making improvements. Second off, it just it takes time. I'll be focused on something, and then we start traveling, we moving around, and it's easy to fall off track.
He's not committed.
He
don't want
doesn't
it bad
have
enough.
systems. That's the problem.
What do you mean?
He doesn't have the systems in place. So if you are on your journey and you're starting something, and because you travel, you're completely thrown off, you don't have the systems in place to actually follow through with that. So a lot of people, when they start their fitness journey, it's like, oh, I'm going to go 5 days a week. I'm going to eat nothing but veggies. I'm going to do all this. And that's not really what it takes. It takes you just being disciplined and doing the little things every day. So when you do travel, you can still keep up with getting your steps up, getting your water intake, getting your protein in, things like that. So he just doesn't have the right systems.
He got to hit a bottom to get to that point, though. I agree with you, but he hasn't hit his bottom yet. So his reason for it isn't strong enough. So that's why he keeps reverting back. That's an excuse that he has. You know what I'm saying? So until he can get past that, then that's when the systems come in place.
For sure. He hasn't hit his, I call it your breaking point. He hasn't hit his breaking
that
point
bottom.
yet.
How do we help somebody find that? Because I think as a trainer, it's your job, right? Because everybody comes in motivated, inspired. Oh, first day one, I'm ready. But I think the value of a trainer is getting them to keep training. You know what I mean? So how do you help him realize, or is there nothing that you can do as an outside factor? I don't know.
I mean, there's only so much you can do as an outside factor. Like, I have clients that will come to me religiously every single day that I'm there training, but they are not going to follow their meal plan. Some of them, I don't even give them a meal plan anymore because I know they're just showing up here. A lot of it's for community. A lot of it in their mind is I'm moving my body, so that's better than sitting at home, right? Then I have those that come, they hate working out. They get into my ecosystem, and then they become a lover of it. And I don't care what, if I tell them to run through the wall, they're going to run through the wall. As soon as they start to see any bit of progress, that's all they need to lock in and keep going. And then there are others, like with myself, I recently started competing again in bodybuilding. And when they saw me make the change that I made, then it was like, wow, I just watched my coach make this change. I'm about to really tap in because I watched her do it and I saw her go through. Because there's times that we don't want to do the things either. There's times that we want to eat what we want to eat and we don't feel like working out. And when they see you going through the struggle too, it kind of gives a new perspective for them that we're not perfect. And we struggle at times too with what they're trying to embrace. And so it just kind of humanizes everything. And so I think it's all a part of their journey. You do your part and we're always going to do our part. But at the end of the day, it takes something, and for everyone, it's different. What switches for them to say, I'm ready to truly, truly give what it takes to really lock in and be the best I can be for me.
All right, so this past Sunday, I was in the gym, and I'm just walking on the treadmill. I'm here with my fat friend, and he say hi, bro.
So disrespectful.
So, we're walking. We're just like walking. It's not like walking. It's not like we're running or doing nothing crazy. And he just stops. He's like, yo, I'm getting off this thing. Yo, took his shoes off and everything. I'm like,
I'm done.
Exactly.
so,
that.
Brandon, tell me about your struggles. Where's the mic? We got the mic over there. So tell us about your journey that you're on right now.
I don't know what struggles you talking about. I ain't got no struggles.
You got some struggles.
My struggle. I'm comfortable in this thickness. I know what you talking about. I don't know what you. I'm married. I got kids. I ain't trying to show off for nobody.
Oh, that might be the wrong mindset though, right?
No.
That's
But
a different level.
I mean, recently I have been a couple months ago. I got a trainer, and been working out consistently for the past probably like 4 months, something like that. So going 2 to 3 times a week with the trainer, and then I'll go 1 or 2 times by myself, do some stuff. But my main thing was being around for my kids, and also it's hard too because I'm a football coach, so I coach high school football and I coach youth football. So it's like I'm pushing these kids every day to be mentally tough and work out and do push-ups and sit-ups, and they're looking at me like, Coach. They're looking at me like, Coach, can you do any of this? And my answer is always, I used to. Only back in my heyday, yeah. So that's a part of it. So like I train kids and push kids to their potential, and if I do that, I should be able to at least do some modicum of that. So
Why
that's
don't you think?
Well, I do
Put
now,
yourself
right?
in that way. No, you don't, bro.
I do. I got a trainer.
That doesn't matter.
So
You
it
walked
doesn't
off of that treadmill.
Well, I
I'm
don't
like,
like-
we're just walking.
I don't like walking treadmills.
Okay.
I just don't. It's not my thing. I'd rather get on the bike. So I got off the treadmill and then got on what?
Got on a bike.
Exactly. I'd rather
Like
do the bike.
4 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
You got off that joint. That's when you took your shoes
It
off.
wasn't 4 minutes. It was longer than that.
How's your eating?
Better than it used to be. I mean, I'm trying to, I'm not on a plan or anything, but better than just eating everything, staying away from fried foods and things like that. So, but I'm not on any particular plan.
Got
Although I did try to meal prep for like 2 weeks, and I was like done with that joint too.
He's done with everything.
Yeah.
He's just done. All around
I
done.
went to the farmer's market. I spent like $500 at that job, bro. I was like, I got the chicken,
It
I
all
got
went bad, didn't it?
the
just
asparagus, I got everything. I made that meal, bro. The third day, I was like, yo, I'm tired of this chicken. I don't want no more steak. So,
I'm happy he said that, right? Because I saw something on Instagram yesterday. I showed Jason. There's a guy, he's sitting there with these meals, and he's like, this is my meal prep. And of course, we normally eat a lot of the same stuff. And he's like, exactly what he said. I'm sick of it. And then he goes, well, how many pumpkin lattes did you have this week? And how many slices of pizza did you eat back to back because it was leftovers? You're not sick of that. So, like, get out of here with that mess, because it's not that you're sick of eating the same thing. You just don't want to eat this.
That-
Because you do it.
Good. That's good. Any thoughts?
Well, number one, like you got to stick to it long enough for your palate to change. So your taste buds are still craving those foods. You didn't give it long enough. So it's the discipline of sticking to it. Like your why got to be strong enough to get through that. And then I highly suggest too, you think of reasons beyond your family. It has to resonate home with you. And usually sometimes, it's pretty devastating because it becomes a health issue when people wake up, and I hate for it to get to that point before they start paying attention. So that's why I'm really big in all of us, on educating. But that's what it is, bro. I promise you, and that's how I have like such grand results in such a short period of time, because I'm not one of them. We do cold turkey, and I tell them straight up before they even enter. Like when I talk to all my clients before they join and tell them what I'm about, it's like, you in or out? Because I'm not gonna play games with you. Like, we gonna cold turkey, and then by the time you get to like that 2-week mark, especially 30 days, your palate has completely changed. So Shans, he could speak to that too because he was rough in the beginning. Oh my goodness, the first 30 days. But once you did stick to what we were talking about. But once you hit that 30-day mark, and I showed you the pictures, it was over. So you want to get yourself to a point to where you can see where you're going, and that something's really happening. And you start falling in love with that, and then you hooked, you addicted. Like Helani was saying earlier, like that addiction that kicks in. You know, you just transform big time.
Breezy, any thoughts?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do, like both of you guys said, it has to resonate with you deeper. Like what you were saying, like, you know, I got kids, I'm married, I'm good. Like she living the way I am. But there comes a point where what I call your breaking point, like that breaking point looks different for everybody. That breaking point can be something as simple as, I just know I'm not sleeping well enough, or, you know, I just feel kind of lethargic throughout the day, or it can be as extensive as my doctor said I had to get on this medication at this point. Like everybody's going to go through some form of a breaking point that forces them to get on a fitness journey in some way, shape, or form at any point. So I think definitely it takes you getting ahead of that and really understanding that it's going to happen at some point. So let me start doing the baby steps. It may not have to be as drastic as cold turkey. Like that process is different for everybody. That's not personally how I do it with my coaches or with my clients, but you know, every trainer has their methods. But I definitely think, like you said, it does take you giving it time. Whatever it is, you have to give it time. And then another thing is your community. Your environment is going to play such a huge role in your journey and how that looks. Like getting queso and double scoops of chips and all this stuff.
I ain't
like
doing that. I ain't never seen a double queso.
doing
That's
that, like who is around you saying, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like this is not okay. Exactly. Right. But is it enough people? Are you around that one person, then you go back to your main group of friends and they're all eating the same things, they're all doing the same things? What is your consistent environment? What does your consistent community look like? Are people encouraging you, or are people just accepting your bad habits for what they are?
Nah,
we roast each other.
Yeah, for sure. And I got like this kind of like superiority complex because I went through the process. Now I can call people fat. You know? So I feel good about that. But what was cool about when Sean was like, "Yo, this is the plan. This is what you have to do." There wasn't, and y'all know I'm inquisitive, so I'll try to wiggle my way out of it. I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do this part. And he's like, "No, you need to do intermittent fasting and no fried food." It was like a list of things: no fried food, no dairy, and I love dairy. No, he's like, no complex carbs. Like I'm talking about none, and
No starches or bread.
no starches or bread. Yeah, for sure.
Get that right.
So no starches or bread, and I was thinking, man, this is really excessive. But because I knew like the height of it, I would slip up, but I would go back. You know, I would slip up. Okay, I have a little bit of bread, but if he'd have told me from the rip, okay, this is what you should be doing, but you know, try your best, it'd have been over with.
Give you some wiggle room. Yeah. Just take that away from you.
Yeah, took all the wiggle room, bro. So, and I think the second part, and I think y'all can talk about this. I think all of you all as trainers have created community, and community, bro, is I can't say enough about that. You know what I mean? Like creating that environment of getting around people. So when I started getting on this journey myself, I came in here and they knew exactly what I was on. Like, yo, we're gonna walk around the block, and we started walking around the block randomly, or, you know, they see, I'm telling them how out of shape they are, and because I have that tone, I can't even eat nothing crazy in front of them. So that's that's how I did it. So how do we seek out the environment and build the environment around us?
Leading by example. That was a question that you're asking?
Yeah, how do
seek out
we
the environment?
create the environment if I don't have it? Let's say I don't have a trainer. How do I change my environment?
Probably need to invest in one. That's the start. Because I mean, if you don't have it, then you just join something that's already there, that's present. Because how do you ask somebody to create something that they don't even know where to start? You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even realize it's their environment. So once you sit down with one of us and we start going over everything and finding those little pain points and having you adjust, like people see real quick as far as when they start making the adjustment and their environment stays the same, it starts to get, there's some bit of resistance there. You know, sometimes you see it in relationships, friendships, people fall off, and all just from your well-being. Nothing as far as like lifestyle, but just as far as your health and wellness. And it clears your mind up too. So mental fog is gone, and you start picking up on things that you didn't notice and realize before. And at that point, you start, because you're changing, you also start attracting more people like you
That's a fact.
in those environments.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
You got to seek what you're looking for. So I agree with Coach Sean. It's one of those things where if you're brand new to it, step foot into some type of wellness facility, right? All of us know somebody that works out. Hey, can I tag along with you? Can I go to the gym with you? Or can I go hiking with you? Or can I take this class with you? And sometimes you find that certain communities don't necessarily resonate with you, and you have to kind of shop around a little bit until you find what you're looking for. But you'll find that community, because support is necessary in some form or fashion. Where if you're struggling with a food addiction, you can't be around foodies. You cannot surround yourself with people that just want to go to brunch every single week, or everything is centered around food. You can't. A drug addict can't surround themselves with somebody that uses their drug of choice. You have to distance yourself, create that separation from the things that you're struggling with. And so it's the same thing when you're building your community and you're trying to get this lifestyle, because fitness is a lifestyle. Wellness is a lifestyle. This is not something that we're doing because we're getting ready for a special occasion and then we just fall off afterwards. I teach my clients of making this a total wellness lifestyle. We do this every single day for the rest of our lives, period.
For the
And
rest
so-
of our lives,
yeah.
it's so scary.
What?
It sounds scary, but it's
You don't want to do
It's
what
really
you're doing
not.
right now for the rest of your life?
I want the results for the rest of my life.
You don't like working out, David?
I actually, kinda,
Tell
Sean,
the,
what
tell
you
the,
say?
I was about to say.
kinda. Some days I like it. Some days, most days I don't want to go.
but what happens?
That's not the
when you
question,
get
though.
there? What
That's
happens
not
when
the
you get
question,
in there?
though.
No,
It's
when,
not.
when I'm in there,
See the
no,
picture?
yeah. So when I'm in there, I'm like, all right, cool, we're here. And
Especially
even
when
some,
you're with your people, too.
100%.
That's the
100%.
point.
Community.
Community, that's the point. So when you're getting in these communities, like y'all have your group that you work out together, you're challenging each other, you're doing all the things, so you're making that session what it needs to be to get through it. You all
Yeah,
do have
for
your
sure.
you have your inner challenges too. I see them, I know y'all, and I know the stuff that y'all do. So that kind of just creates what that camaraderie that's necessary to make it what you need it to be. And that's the thing that people have to understand. This looks different for everybody. You have to find a way to make it enjoyable. So for you don't like leg day. You just said that.
Hate it.
Most men don't like leg day. It is.
Like,
what
why
it
you
is.
need your leg days? You can't see your legs in the pool.
Oh, God.
You'd be so.
As soon as you step out, though.
Exactly.
You find out real quick. Trust me, been there, done that. You'll be too top heavy. I don't
Yes.
like leg day either.
Yeah.
I don't, but it got to get done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
For you to be balanced.
Speaking of which, I want to understand how fat works, because as I go down this journey, I'm starting to learn. Like, there's an influencer that I watch, and I don't remember his Instagram page, but he'll have like plates lined up on both sides, and he'll say something like, "This is 1,000 calories. This is also 1,000 calories," and it all looks so different. And so how does fat work? If someone can explain it to me.
How does fat work? Well, you got two different types of fat. You got subcutaneous fat and you have visceral fat. So the visceral fat is like what lines your internal organs. And if too high, that's where, health issues come from. And then you have the fat that's like just below the skin level, which is what people generally see. But fat pretty much is stored energy, dude. That's what fat,
Fat
is.
is stored
Fat is stored
energy.
energy. Look at
You
it
have
as
to have
stock.
it.
Yep.
You gotta have that.
Fat is stored energy. Explain that. I'm struggling with that.
So your body utilizes fat in order to function. So, for example, if I have somebody and they're over their body weight, in order to get their body weight down, putting them on a calorie deficit, therefore forces their body to utilize stored body fat as energy. Fat is nothing but stored energy. It does some other things as far as, like I said, protecting the organs, keep you insulated, warm and stuff. But to Alani's point, you have to have fat, right? That's why it's not ideal when you see, like, in fitness competitions, you can't stay that daggone lean, 2-3% the entire year round. You need some type of body fat on you. So when I get gentlemen that come in, it's like, man, what's your body fat percentage? I want zero body. What do you mean you want zero body? You want to live?
Right.
You dead, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but we can get you down to a healthy level, and that way you're lean, and you see all the cuts and definitions of your body. But in order to, I think what you brought up in contrast to body fat is a little different. You're talking about calories versus body fat. So in order for your body to store body fat, it's an excess, a surplus of calories that are going in that aren't being burnt.
Right.
So that's where you get the body fat build, excess body fat in people, if that makes sense.
It's also a safety mechanism too. Like your body's trying to protect itself by holding on to fat. So when you're not feeding yourself properly, when you're not exercising properly, your body is going to hold on to that fat that it doesn't necessarily need in order to protect itself. So that's why you eat in a calorie deficit, but you still make sure you're getting your maintenance level. That's why you exercise and you are boosting your metabolism so that way you can burn the adequate amount of fat. Because otherwise your body's like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to get this, or it goes into protective mode and it's holding on to things that it doesn't necessarily need. Versus muscle is going to take more energy. Muscle is something that is, well, fat is basically going to store on the body a lot longer. So when your body's trying to protect itself, it's going to keep that versus keeping muscle, because it takes more energy to hold on to the muscle. But if you're consistently eating properly, you're consistently working out, you're consistently doing those things, then your body's like, okay, this extra fat that he was talking about, I don't necessarily need anymore. I can go ahead and let that go.
I kind of disagree with you on that, because like I have been doing intermittent fasting for years. And that's actually what I have majority of my clients on, that particular program. I understand what you're saying, but I have to disagree, because you don't have to necessarily consistently eat in order to lose body fat. Can you consistently eat and lose body fat? Yes, you can. But however, if you're still consuming over your daily calorie intake, therefore that's when you're not going to go into that storage to pull for the energy that's needed.
Yeah. So, I mean, when I say you're still getting your adequate amount, because even though you're intermittent fasting, there's still a required amount of calories that you're getting, correct? Or no?
Yes and no. Because I can go beyond that and not intermittent fast and fast for because people have spiritual fast, religious fast for days upon weeks and just drink water. I'm going to drop weight. The example I like to use is like when you guys remember, I don't even know if that show is still out, but Naked and Scared.
Yeah.
Scared and Naked.
Naked and
whatever it is.
Afraid. Naked and Afraid.
Naked and Afraid. And majority of the time, the people that did the best out there were overweight. And they just sat there. And what happened was, by the time they made it through and the show was over, they looked pretty good. Like they had lost a substantial amount of weight. So
what was
I'm
the theme
saying
of the
that
show?
to
What did they do?
just being out
In the wild, no
wilds.
resources.
Yeah,
They're
without
just fending
lack-
for themselves in nature, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
With no food?
With no food.
They had to get their own food. So they had to hunt and
They had to
cook and-
survive in the wild on their own with no resources.
So the people, like the bigger people, did
They
better?
usually did the best. The ones that were smart and reserved by not moving, and their body would just be consuming the body fat. So, like for example, somebody like myself, if I was to be stuck out there and couldn't figure it out, they smoked me.
Because they have more
More
fat.
stored
reserves.
energy, more reserves.
Yeah,
Yes.
more reserves.
Got it. Have y'all ever? What's the longest? Do y'all fast at all?
The longest I have ever gone is 72 hours, and that was on a water fast.
Yeah, I've
But
never
to
gone that long.
Sean, both of their points really. When you're talking about fat, there's a big misconception with fat that, and it's simple. If you want to lose fat, if you want to lose weight, you have to be in some sort of calorie deficit. Period. You have to. You cannot outwork a bad diet. You cannot have more coming in than what's being put out. Period. But in doing that, you still have to consume healthy fats. You still have to have carbs. You still have to feed your body a certain type of way to keep that homeostasis that she's referring to, so that protection mode, your body doesn't go into starvation mode where now it's holding on to these reserves because it thinks that it's dying because you're not giving it what it needs. It's this. All of this is so scientific, but it can all be so simple too. And the bottom line is that certain people require, Sean might not require the same stuff that I require in order to sustain, right? like he's talking about, there are people that can go days and just drink water and be fine. You think about people in other countries, they don't have the same resources that we have. They do not eat, they might eat once a day. And that meal is very small, it's more protein based. They've got their carbs in there, they have their vegetables, and that is it. It's clean, it's what they need, and their bodies thrive off of it. In the States, we have issues because everything is,
Supersized.
it's just, yes, everything is big, everything is processed, and so our bodies just don't absorb things the way that they should. Our bodies are like in a toxic state constantly. And so then when you start trying to manipulate it and get it back to what the body truly needs in order to sustain, in order to have that lean muscle, in order to have that decreased fats where you see your cuts and all, but you're still you're not at 0% body fat. No one can sustain there. It's certain things that you have to do, but in doing those things, you can't restrict everything. Like, you know, you see people low carb. I can't eat carbs. I can't eat fat. Yes, you can. You can eat all of that and still look and feel the way it is that you need to and be healthy.
Yeah, our bodies burn a certain amount of calories anyway, just living.
Every day.
Right?
Just doing
Existing.
nothing.
Is there an average number?
For most people, it's about 1,200, which is why most diets start at 1,200 calories. That's the average.
I saw like 2,000 or something, or
No.
20.
No.
No, that's
No.
more active.
Huh?
That would be
Yeah.
more active.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's-
Oh,
generally.
someone's active.
Yeah, that's the
Oh, if
average.
I'm laying in a bed, 1,200, I'm going to burn 1,200 calories.
Most
Just from your
people
body doing its
just doing what it
functions,
does.
like your
Yeah.
body is going to be burning calories just to do
On
basic
average.
functions.
But that's not, I'm a smaller person. That's not the same
Yeah,
for me.
it's very different for everybody.
Average.
Can I ask a question, y'all? So, you know, when I went to my trainer, I got we did like a goal, like a goal setting type thing, and she was going over some of the things that I needed to do. And I was taking notes, and it was one of those things where I was taking notes, but I really didn't understand what she was talking about. So I got a question for y'all because she told me about this, but I don't really understand it. So she said there's 2 windows for the metabolism, and this kind of goes to what you guys were talking about, I guess, at the moment. And she was saying there's an anabolic and there's a catabolic, and one burns fat and one burns muscle. Can y'all explain that so I can kind of understand it in layman terms?
Well, as far as one burning fat, one burning muscle, just catabolic period is a burn, no matter what it is. And anabolic
What is catabolic? Let's just
breakdown,
what do you mean?
burn, breakdown. Like for example,
Hold on. We're talking about a type of burning of calories.
he's referring to food, right?
Yeah.
Is that the topic you on?
Food and metabolism?
Yeah, the body.
Yes, food and metabolism. So to burn, she said 2 to 3 hours for anabolic, that would burn fat, and then 4 to 6 hours catabolic would burn muscle. I really don't know what she was talking about.
See, I don't even get into all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
tell me what about
exactly what
He's
he's
trying to sell
dealing
it a good
with.
trader. Catabolic and anabolic. You get the physicist. I'm like, what?
It's just too much. It's just too much for. If you're into that type of thing, you got to be like really be into nutrition to make that make sense. I would never, and no shade to whoever your trainer is, but I would never give my client that much information because they can't, they don't understand it. It's just excess. It's like, and that even creates more of the inconsistency with clients when they're overwhelmed with information like that, and it's like I don't even understand this stuff, and so it just feeds them even more so on why they shouldn't be doing this.
What do y'all think that this trainer is trying to share with us?
I think so. From my understanding, and like just to kind of break it down a little bit, there are certain metabolic windows that each individual person has. There's going to be times of the day when this person is more optimized to build muscle, and they're to actually consume muscle and break down the protein how it's supposed to. Like she said, it's not necessary to really go into all of that, but there are windows, if you want to get into it, there are more important windows or more sufficient windows for the individuals. But I personally, when it comes to intermittent fasting, I personally don't have my clients. There are some people that it works for. Like she said, everybody is different. Some people it works, some people it doesn't. Some people need to go through that reset where they're doing like a 72-hour fast. They need to kind of reset everything that's going on. Yeah, but that's very individualized. It's not like... for the client, it does not have to be broken down between anabolic and catabolic and metabolic windows and like all of it. Like it's not necessary.
Okay,
I think she was. I think it was not. Now it's coming back to me. I think she was because I have like a real weird eating pattern. Like I don't eat at normal times.
what's your pattern?
Like I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I probably won't eat anything until after this. So I mean, I guess that's like a form of
I ain't eating.
It's like intermittent
intermittent
fasting.
fasting on its own.
Kind of.
But what are you
When
going
you're
to
not
eat
doing
when
it?
you eat?
Going in.
But when you do it,
I don't eat fast food.
Okay.
I don't eat much. I don't eat sweets like that, except for gummy
Like
bears.
that.
like that.
No, I eat gummy bears on game day. I gotta have my gummy bears. So today's Friday. I have my Albanese gummies on the sideline at all times. But that's the only thing that I really eat. I don't really eat a lot of sweets. I like healthy food.
You're
Like,
saying
how
a lot
many-
of what you
look,
don't
how
eat,
much-
but what
yeah.
do you eat?
what do I eat?
When did you eat yesterday?
What I eat yesterday? What did I eat yesterday?
First off, you had them.
That's problem number one right
You had
there.
You had them gummy bears.
Those strategies,
yeah.
those systems.
Those
nothing.
systems.
What did I have yesterday?
And that's a problem right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Let's talk about those gummy
that's an
bears.
opportunity area.
Yeah.
Do you know how much sugar is in that artificial sugar
whole
that's
lot.
in those gummy bears that
whole
you
lot.
that you eat?
Yeah.
Okay, so you should not be surpassing 36 grams of processed sugar daily. I guarantee you. Whatever that pack is, I don't care if it's like one of the little snack packs that they have at the counters in a little basket.
It's over that.
It's well over that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you back there.
Hold on. So,
You need
Okay.
you need to get on a plan.
Why is this a mandatory thing? Is my
What's a
question.
mandatory thing?
The gummy bears? Why?
It's
What
just
makes?
like tradition.
It's just a you thing. It's
tradition.
just like a.
Yeah. It's
So,
like,
yeah,
I give 'em
and-
to-
So
I give 'em
it
to my
can
running backs,
be
like, it's-
eliminated.
You think it's your running back too?
Yeah. Yo, listen, I give them a couple.
But they gonna burn that off.
I give them a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give them a
Right.
couple
They
gonna
for the
burn-
game.
Yeah.
Warm up. That's all.
If they're not doing good, I give them one special one. And I say, this is the one you need right here.
This is the
And then they, hey,
Was it a color?
It's a yellow one. Yeah, it's pineapple.
so, so you said you should eat 36 grams of sugar.
You shouldn't
surpass. That.
yeah.
So
Processed.
So one gummy bear, I'm just looking at it on Google.
Okay.
One gummy bear is about 1.5 grams of sugar. One of them joints. And y'all know as you eating gummy bear, first
You
off,
just-
you don't just
You
eat
just
one.
going.
You don't eat one gummy bear.
Yeah.
You gotta pop about 3 at a time. You know what I mean? It's just, you gotta, and then before you're done that first one, you probably pop another 1 or 2. So yeah, so it's hard to get away from you. So in that setting, we might max out and no telling what we had the rest of the day, whether it's a sugar or a sweet tea or you know what I mean, or dessert. This is my next conversation around the food. What should we be eating? And I know everybody has their own philosophies. Like I just saw Naveen Jain, guy's a billionaire, and just what a really, really smart guy. And he was saying that you shouldn't do intermittent fasting for all these reasons. Then you talk to somebody, they say you should do it for all these reasons. And I think you talk to 10 trainers, you get 11 different answers. But I want to talk to everybody's individual thought process around food. Like what are you eating, Sal? What do you got going on? You're going crazy with that.
Yeah.
What are you eating?
Look like a
It's thick.
Chipotle
It's
burrito.
thick.
It's
Zoo.
thick.
It's a Chipotle burrito. It's chicken. They got the fajita peppers in there. Brown rice, guys.
Yeah.
Trying to get validated before he goes on.
A little sour cream. Nothing crazy,
Little
and it's
sour
chicken. Yeah, I did get extra cheese.
So
but
this is healthy.
I wouldn't.
Oh no,
call-
you said you got extra what?
it's just extra shredded cheese. No queso. No queso, Jay.
Jay.
But this honestly would take me till like dinner. Like this is kind of like breakfast and lunch. I skipped breakfast today, but yeah, it's not terrible.
Got it.
I'd say.
Okay. We're gonna start with you, Sean. Let's just have a conversation around food. What's your philosophy on food? What do you think we should be eating, should not be eating, and talk to the audience of wherever they're at right now.
I think food pretty much first it starts with depending on what your goals are. So that's going to look different for everybody depending on what they're coming for, right? So coming from somebody that used to be a foodie, I'm talking about I ate everything. So I was skinny fat, right? But what got me there was I was so small frame. I was like barely hitting 100 pounds, so I just wanted to gain weight. So everybody's advice to me was like, just eat whatever. So that's how I got on that train. And when I did, by the time it was like about 2013, I had a huge gut, but I was, stocked like I worked out. And what my wise, just to kind of add on to that too, what we were talking about earlier, was I went into the bank, and one of the bank managers came out when I was at the teller at the counter, and she leaned in on me and put her hand on my stomach and was like, "You poking out there, ain't you?"
Dang.
That was it.
What customer service is that?
That was it. So
See a
I mean, we was
manager,
cool. But still, I was embarrassed. I was pissed, because I had been trying to lose my stomach for so long, and I was trying everything except for the food, because the food is what put the weight on me. But that's when I made the decision. I was like, you do everything else under the sun, excess cardio, excess abdominal training. That's the last thing on the list. And when I cut it and I got real intentional, started studying, that's when my body just took off. So again, it's going to depend on, number one, we just want to start with the basics as far as health goes. And then depending on what level you're trying to get to.
What are the basics?
Well, nutrition as a whole, like eating whole foods more than you eat out. There's nothing wrong. I'm not, you know it, because look, Dave got so addicted to this lifestyle. Don't let him fool y'all. He got so addicted. I said, dude, treat yourself, man. I don't want to lose this. You're not. Like, we done got past that point. So also, y'all don't, I can't cuss, right?
Try not to.
Okay, I'll try not to. I got you. So for y'all think that I'm a butthole, right? It's like the beginning process where I'm very strict, right? And it's because I want to show you something. And once I can show it to you, then I can kind of sit back. But I got a job to do. I got a duty to do in those first 30 days to prove to you that this works. So that way you automatically by default lock in. So I say like 90% of the time, definitely no less than 90% of the time, especially if you want to stay tight, eat whole foods, drink water.
What are
a lot
whole
of people
foods?
don't talk.
What are whole foods?
Whole foods, fruits, vegetables. What I do, me personally, the way, because my body, here's another thing when we talk about like complex carbs in regards to starches and breads. Complex carbs come in the form of vegetables and fruits, right? So we're not talking about carnivore. We're still getting complex carbs. But I do what's called carb cycling because my gut, my stomach, like I'm very carb sensitive. And the way to find that out is just by trial and error. So some people, I highly recommend, it's like don't indulge in high doses of starches and breads every day if you want to be slim and trim here, right? So can you do that and still be healthy? Yes, but again, it's just all my answers are always going to be it depends who I'm talking to and what their goals are, what they're looking for.
Got it.
But everybody should be getting like their macros, your macros and micros in micros as far as like their vitamins, their daily vitamins.
What's a macro and micro, real quick? I'm gonna go to you.
Okay, so macro would be like your whole foods, anything in regards to like your protein, your vegetables, and your fruits and your fats, right?
What's micro?
And then micro would be the vitamins, the breakdown.
Oh God, I need to get better on my micros. All right, food. Let's have a conversation around it.
Yeah, so like Sean, it all depends on the individual, right? Athletes are going to eat different than someone that's a little more sedentary. People who are really in the gym multiple days a week, they're going to eat different from someone that just every now and then they take a class, right? But for me personally, I do this myself, and I like for my clients to eat the same thing every day for 30 days. Same.
You hear that?
Same thing. And this is the reasoning why.
I'm not
and
joining
I
up
get a
for
lot
that
of pushback
class.
on it. Like, I'm sick of this. I had a client, she sent me a voice note, and she was pissed at me. I'm laughing because it does not faze me whatsoever. Because I do this, and so she's like, I'm tired of eating fish. Who just eats fish? And I'm like, I do. I'm a pescatarian. So I'm like, I eat just fish. What are we talking about here? And so she's like, I'm just tired of it. And I'm like, the reason why I do this is so we can see what your body likes and what it doesn't like. So like what Sean is saying, like he knows he's carb sensitive. So he does carb cycling. He's going to eat higher carbs some days, lower carbs on other days. That's what the carb cycling method is. If I give you different foods to eat every single day, we're never going to know why you're bloated.
Yep.
What your body doesn't like. We're never going to know why you have this sensitivity because we don't know where it's coming from. We can't pinpoint it. But if I'm giving you the same breakfast, same lunch, same dinner, same snack, then I can say, oh, okay, so this happened X amount of time after you ate this. Okay, it's probably this. Let's remove this, replace it with that. And then we can really, really create a plan that and a bank of foods that they can always pull from when they know my body likes this, it operates well with this, I'm not walking around gassy, bloated, feeling heavy. When you eat, you shouldn't feel heavy afterwards. You should feel like you ate, sure, you're not hungry anymore, but you shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I'm so tired and gotta go sit down. My stomach is so full. You shouldn't feel like that. Food is designed to sustain you. And that is what I try to get my clients to understand. Food is not for enjoyment, right? God made food for us to enjoy, sure. We got fruits and vegetables, they taste great. But everything is not based around that. We eat to live. That's the whole purpose of food, is so that we can live. So we're eating from like those whole foods from the earth. We want those fruits. So you're gonna have vegetables in every meal. Even breakfast, you might have spinach with it. You have vegetables in every single meal. We have proteins in every single meal so that we can hold on to the muscle that we have and that we're trying to build as we're coming down if you're a weight loss client. And then for those, we're in this era of I want to be thick, I want this big, but they're walking around with these guts at the same time, because in order to building takes longer than losing. Losing
Hold on.
is easy.
That's a good point. I got a question. Is there a way to trim your stomach and have a big butt at the same time?
That's genetics. That's genetics all day long.
Really?
And if genetically you don't have naturally a big butt, then you build it. Yep. That's when you hit the gym. And that's when you're building that glute muscle, those 3 areas of your glutes that are going to give you that illusion of having this huge butt. And it's a muscle. That's how these white girls are walking around with these butts now. And it's like that, haven't gotten under the knife. But they build it. And it takes time.
So you can build a butt. I thought
you
once,
can build whatever
I
body you
thought
want.
once you got a butt, that's just your butt.
No.
Ain't nothing you can do about that.
You can build whatever body you want. But the thing is that if you're going to build it the right way so that you can keep a flat stomach, you can keep a small waist, you have to eat the right things. We're not eating like how Sean said he was eating everything because it was like, I want to gain weight. And he put that weight on it here because you can't spot treat. You can't decide where the fat is going to go. For some, it goes upper, some it goes lower. You cannot decide where it's going to go. So we do it systematically. So for my clients that want to gain, yeah, they have a higher calorie intake, but we're also burning as well. But at the same time in burning, it's certain things that I'm doing to manipulate where the fat is going, not in the body, but so that they're not storing excess fat. It is so scientific when it comes down to this stuff. But at the end of the day, that's where the guidance comes in. And so when you're looking to gain, it's a way that you do it properly. It takes time to do it, but you can do it and still get the curves and maintain the sleekness at the same time. But you got to fuel your body properly.
I didn't know a woman with no butt could get a little butt.
Yes.
I mean, without the injections.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Am I wrong?
Not at all.
No, it's
Not at all.
the glute muscle,
It's a muscle.
the
Exactly.
buttocks.
Same way you
You
can
build
build
muscle.
your bicep, you can build your butt.
Ah, okay. All right. Breezy, let's talk about food. What's your philosophy on food?
Yeah, my philosophy is what's called the 80-20 rule, which basically is exactly what they were saying. But 80% of your food or majority of what you eat are the whole foods, the good things. And then the 20% is kind of your guilty pleasures in a sense. But the problem with that is that people are like, oh, Bree said I can eat this. No. Is it within that 20%? Did you get your 80%? Because most of the
When
time...
you said fat was good, Jay started smiling so hard. He's like, yes, I need it. It keeps me protected. I saw your excitement. I saw that, bro.
It's good in increments. Like you do, like you said, you need it. But there's definitely a fine line between it. And when you're following the 80-20 rule, 9 times out of 10, you're not even gonna want the other things anymore because you're full. I always tell people aim for your goal body weight in grams of protein a day. So if your goal body weight is 150, you aim for that first. After that, go ahead. You probably won't even want to anymore, but because you're full. Protein, when you have your adequate amount of protein, there's a satiety factor. You're full after, like not lethargic. Like she said, you don't want to be lethargic after, but you feel satisfied. You're good. You don't have to continue to sit here and try to stuff your face or have those cravings. It really eliminates a lot of those cravings when you have that food addiction if you just simply follow those basic rules.
What's your eating like on a daily basis?
So I have a meal prep. One of my clients is actually a chef, and she does meal prep for me. But typically, it's like salmon, asparagus, sweet potatoes as a meal. Sometimes she makes this like really good like chicken and guac and veggies like medley type thing. It's so good. I personally hate to cook, so I'm like, this works out. But
Got you. So what about somebody? So I have a person that's really close to me, and she's not fat, but she's not where she want to be.
okay.
You know what I mean? It's like a slit, like.
What?
Yeah. Yes. So, but I think Kay is also having a challenge with her diet too, but maybe because she doesn't see the importance because she's not a big person, right, Kay? Yeah. Tell us about your journey.
Oh, I know, right? I can't do both. So actually, Dave working out is really what kind of inspired me to like start working out, because I'm like, okay, not that you're old, but if he can do it, like I can do it. but it is harder because like I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't all the way have like the funds to get a trainer, and I know that would like really help me. Then I started meal prepping, but like he said, like I guess I don't really see the urgency to stick to it because like I'm not fat. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not committed. I don't know.
Okay. I have something.
Talk to her.
Okay, so okay. All right, so you said a number of things here. So one of the things that stuck out to me was the financial part, right? Because that's for a lot of people. It's like I know what I want to do. I know how I want to look. Because like everything that you're saying right now is more on the superficial side. You're not even thinking about what's going on internally, right? I don't know how old you are, but you're not thinking about what's going on internally. But for me, that's an even bigger reason to get active is because we're all going to get older. We're aging, right? I'm 43 now, and I know at 43, I can't do some of the same things that I did. I can't ingest some of the same things I did at 23, right? And I have certain issues now health-wise that I'm just predisposed to. So thankfully, I have a healthy lifestyle where I'm kind of able to combat what I've already just been predisposed to that now at 43, boom, it's here, right? So just on the superficial side with you saying the financial aspect, there are other things that you can do, right? So like, okay, I'm about to do a shameless plug, Dave. Is that okay? Okay. So like we built out our online community, Fit Formula 21. It's $21.99 a month. Everybody can afford that. You have Monday through Friday training. You have live workouts. You have 2 training paths because most people either want to lose weight or tone and gain. You have both of those avenues available to you. You have Pilates. That's the new thing now. People want to get loose and long and lean and all of that. You have that available to you. Plus, you have a custom meal plan generator for you, too. So those people that's mainly the biggest problem. What do I eat? So you put in all of your information, your age, the amount of activity that you generally participate in during the week, what your goals are, and it's going to build out what your nutritional targets are, those macros. It's going to build out those nutritional targets for you and tell you exactly what you're going to eat, even down to the recipe. You got to cook it, sure, but for $21.99, there's no excuse for anybody to be able to say, I don't have the guidance or the tools to be able to do it. And you're led by me and my husband. We've been in this industry for a very long time. And so you're led by coaches that really know what they're doing. So I say that to say that for those people that can't pay us in person, because it is more expensive in person, right? There are other avenues that are available to you that are affordable so that you can hit your specific goals. You're welcome.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna give it a try. To be honest, I'm gonna give it a try. I think in my mind, I'm like, okay, I need to go in person, but I never even gave the online version a chance. So I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah,
I
'cause
wanna
you gotta pick a track. It's if I can't afford it in person, it's either you're gonna do it virtually, or you're not gonna do anything at all. You know, so you have to figure out which way am I gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to speak to the mentality side of it because you mentioned like you don't really feel a need to it, and she did touch on that as far as like you're looking more at the superficial side of it, and you're like, I mean, I'm not overweight, I'm not fat, but I think that goes back to what we were talking about before, is just community, because there is a certain level of health that is still required, like the skinny fat, like you can still be skinny fat. And your heart health, the way that you sleep, the energy that you have throughout the day, like the cravings, things like that, all of that plays a role. So back to what we talked about in the very beginning, just going deeper and figuring out what is the reasoning behind this, and then finding a community that, you know, maybe like there are a bunch of communities that are doing in-person things even for free or for low, or the Loft has classes, like if you want to go to a group of things, or if you want to find some smaller, more intimate things, like there are lots of opportunities out there for you to build that community and really just find something that you resonate with, rather than just thinking in-person trainer is the only way or online is the only way. Like there's so many different avenues to health and fitness. Like you just have to figure out what resonates with you.
I guess it also just ultimately comes down to, do I really, really want to do this?
Yeah.
And it's just not going to feel good. Like right now, it still doesn't feel, I don't get excited and say, man, yes, I get to go to the gym, but, or like even when if I'm around, you know, we go out to eat, there are some things that I want on the menu, but consciously I'm like, this is going to taste good for a minute, but this bad decision is going to stick with me for weeks. So I was looking at what calories. So I need to be in a certain amount of calories. Let's just say I'm burning 2,000 calories. I was looking at this cookie from Panera. The cookie's like 200 something calories. It's like 10% of, like, this cookie is 10% of all the calories I can eat today. Or a donut or a slice of pizza is like 400. I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I've had to really take a look at what I'm going to eat right now really going to do to me, good or bad. And I'm glad we're on this journey of like health, and every now and again coach will be like, yeah, man, I ate a brownie this weekend. All right, well, you know what I mean? Like I can now treat myself a little bit. So what are you eating, Jay? What's
The food is gone. It was a Kava chicken salad. You know what
I'm not
saying?
talking about today.
Oh, nah.
I'm talking about just period.
In general, a little bit of craziness. But I'm trying to reel it in. Honestly, what set it off for me, as you can see, I've been dressing different. I don't like how everybody would call me a YN, yo.
He has been dressing different. He been wearing slacks and stuff.
You got
to
the
work.
chain and everything.
Over tie.
Yeah, like I was like super YN. I felt like I was like the YN like spokesman. And so what I didn't like about that is people make assumptions based on how they see you. For a long time I didn't care, but I got sick of going into rooms and people being like, "Oh, you're actually articulate, or you actually know what you're talking about, know what you're doing." And now I think fitness kind of has the same effect. What does it imply being out of shape? What do people assume based on? And I'm trying to find a wife, yo. Like I just turned 23. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older.
Jay, 23?
Yeah.
Oh, we got work to do.
You got work to do.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you saying, Aladi?
Okay, two things first. Because I agree with what he's saying. This is the world we live in. You're automatically respected more when you're in shape.
Yep.
Automatically.
I
When you
agree,
walk into a
100%.
room and you're fit and you're put together, you're automatically respected differently because you exhibit some form of discipline to be able to walk around and maintain that, right? And so I agree. He has to, and you said this, so I'm not, okay, it's you said this, that, you know, when he opens his mouth is, oh, he is intelligent. He can articulate. Because automatically they look at him and say, he has a little weight on him. So he can't be disciplined. He can't be educated. You're already put into this box based off of what you look like.
That's true. Bro.
So it almost opens doors. Doors are going to be open for me that are not going to be open for him, just because I'm in shape and he's not.
Yeah,
So when I say we have a little work to do, it's because you're so young. You're 23 years old, right? So at 23, your metabolism can flip right back on to where you can get into a fat burning. Listen, your body can get snapped back. 90 days, you're like a different person.
For sure.
When I tell you a different person, where you say you dress differently now, not only are you going to dress differently, you're going to speak differently, you're going to move differently, and you're going to be respected differently, because no one should have to prove who they are based off of what they look like, you know? But it is the world that we live in. But ultimately, just because you're so young and you are carrying more weight, I just think about health-wise, what's going on internally with your body. And so that's what I mean, we have work to do. We got to get you active. We have to get... Kava is not your friend anymore. Like, that needs to be your last bowl that you eat from there. And I'm not trying to condemn you with anything that I'm saying, so please don't take it that way, because it can come across like when we're talking about these things like we think we're better than, or, you know, we're talking down. It's not the case. It's really out of concern.
I be talking down to him.
Yeah, you do. You're bullying.
Talking down to people. That's the way I learn. That's the way I get motivated. Talk down, bro.
And, you know, people have different motivating factors, right? Because I'm like that too. Just tell me. Let me know. And that doesn't bother me. I'll move accordingly. But you're so young, and you have the ability to really, really turn back what you've got going on right now.
Nah, for sure. And I think Dave I don't have no ego. Dave will tell me something, talk to me crazy. I'm going to just fix it. I've known Dave for 3 months now. I moved to Atlanta and worked for Dave for about 3 months. I don't know unfit Dave. So whatever happened before he got fit, I don't even know it exists.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm 23. Most of the people that I'll ever meet for the rest of my life won't know 23-year-old me. Don't know after. So I'm like, yo, what I got to do to be better? So now,
New city, new you.
I'm about 30% body fat. If I'm trying to get down to 18 over the next 120 days, what's the game plan looking like?
It can happen.
I'll tell you something. If you're willing to really lock in, I'll do it for free for you.
Talking spicy.
All you got to do is show up. If you show up,
I'm with it.
and I'll do it in person for you at my gender law. So I'm willing to extend that to you, just to even show everybody that's listening today and that's watching us today what you look like in 90 days because of just these tweaks. And you're still going to be able to live too. So you'll have your days where I'm like, go eat whatever you want to eat for this meal, not the whole day, but go splurge on this meal, you know, and you won't have to be in the gym 7 days a week for hours and hours on end. But I'm going to teach you how to make fitness a lifestyle. And in 90 days, you're going to be a whole new Jay. All you have to do is show up. So if you can do that, I got you.
No, let's do it. I'm with it. For sure.
All right. You got to check back.
Oh, for sure. I got to bring my boy up. Mr. 2 Weeks Out is in the building too, man. What do you think about this conversation so far that we're having, man? Thank you for coming too, by the way.
So far, so good. I'm loving it. She gonna kill Buddy over there, though.
He don't know what he signed up for.
Listen, my boys hate training with my wife. I ain't gonna hold you. She worked though. Her transformation, they speak for themselves. So it works.
So give me your perspective of this whole conversation and what you're, thinking about the audience that's watching. What would you add on top of that?
I think it's just hardcore, like the way I teach. I do a lot of cursing, and it's real militant, man. Me and my wife, we have like this creed, right? Your reason sounds like excuses to winners, and everybody got a reason why they can't do this and can't do that. Jay-Z works out, Bill Gates, everybody who has 1 hour free time out the day that got some business about themselves, they work out. So not really trying to hear all that, you know what I mean? You can carve out, just like my wife said, you tired of eating this and that and the third, but you're not tired of eating that number one at McDonald's. So, we're not really interested in your reasons, because your reasons sound like excuses to us. You ready to get right, you ready to get fit, let's go. We got too many transformations, too many thousands of people down. I got over 100 people down 100 pounds. I'm not interested in the 15 pounds you can't lose, and that's just being real. So that's always how we ran our business, like pull up.
Tell them what you just did with yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about that too. 'Cause I had a question for you as well. Yeah, go for it, Jason.
So my wife decided she was going to do a show, and I kept saying that's the best body I've ever had. I'm like, I did a show like 10 years ago, NPC bodybuilding show. So I just decided to do it too, but I kind of stepped in kind of late, like 8 weeks or something she had left at her show. and I kind of locked in 7 weeks. And, you know, that's not a lot of time. So I had to go like overtime, cardio in the morning and cardio at night, really eat, you know, just go balls to the wall because until you have the fear of looking crazy on stage, you're not really going to compete. Right? You can always say, oh, I'll work out with you and act like I'm going to compete and eat what you eat. But until you got the fear of looking crazy, you're not going to really do it. So I have a fear of looking crazy on stage. You know, when I get to them shows, a lot of folks know us. So, man, we went in there and put belts at ASS. So, you know,
Love it.
we did our thing.
And you made a post too, Helani, about, I can't remember what it was, but it was like a negative connotation to your weight loss. And I remember you saying something like, I mean, I know how to put it back on, but tell me what was going on. Cause I didn't really like the way my wife was talking to me either. Cause she was calling me skinny. You know, she's like, oh, you're skinny. And I don't think she liked that look. Now I'm bulking up now because I'm on my proteins, but I didn't know how to feel about that. So yeah, explain what was happening.
So for a while, and even currently, it going in on me on Instagram because
Really?
Yeah, because what they knew me to look like was a thicker Helani, but what they also didn't know is I have an autoimmune disorder. So the thickness that they saw was inflammation in my body. And so my body was swollen. It was inflamed. It was sick. And so it exhibited a thicker looking, and remember I said all the girls want to be thick, right? But I still had a flat stomach. You could still see some muscle tone. So I like her body. But then once I got my condition under control, that's when I was like, I'm about to step back on stage again. And we all know composition bodies look way different than the average person walking around that's in shape. Your body fat percentage is probably the lowest point it's ever going to be in your life. So it's just a different look. If you understand the sport, you understand, even currently, I weigh 108 pounds right now. But I'm also 5'2". And I also still have muscle definition, so I'm not walking around stick thin. But at the same time, people see me and it's like, I liked you better when you were thicker. You look sick. Your face is... Yeah, everything is smaller and everything is more defined right now, but it's for a purpose. That's why I went in on that post. I know what post you're talking about. And I was like, I know what I'm doing. I was like, keep your comments to yourself, ho, keep it cute. Because at the end, that's what I said. I said, keep it cute, ho, because at the end of the day, I know how to put weight on properly so that I have those thicker areas. And I know how to walk around looking like this. But it's about what makes me happy and how I feel. Like I told him, when we're on that track, we ran track for years. That's our background. I started running track when I was 9 years old. When I hit the track right now, and I'm flying, and I feel light, and I can just do whatever I want to do, I'm like, let me go look at your profile. You made this comment. Let me go see who you that person. Please don't let me be in that mode that day where now I'm going to tell you about yourself. Because at the end of the day, I know what to do to look how I want to look. I'm versed in the sport. I'm versed in nutrition, but it's all for a purpose. And so people are so ignorant to fitness, period. They're ignorant to the wellness world, and they don't understand there's so many different facets of it. I happen to be in a more extreme portion of it right now, and that's bodybuilding. 1% of the world participates in this sport. It's for a reason because of exactly what he's talking about. There's no deviation from that meal plan. When my coach gives me a meal plan, I can't cheat because I have the fear of getting on that stage and you see everything, which is why we tan so dark, because the lights bring out everything. So any imperfection that you see, it's highlighted times 1,000 on that stage. Wow. Especially when you're competing in an organization as big as the NPC. It's not even, we don't even compete in natural shows. So you have those that are also using performance-enhancing drugs, too, that you're competing against. And so, anyway, to sum it all, you got some that love what I look like right now. And they've seen the transformation. They understand the sport, and they understand exactly what's happening. And then you have some that are new to me, and it's like, I saw you look like this X amount of months ago, and now you're here, and I hate what you look like. And I'm like, that's your personal problem.
Man. Audacity.
Yeah.
Essential, were you going to share something?
No, I'm just saying people like to her point as far as like looking at profiles, it's always them. It's always the people that okay, I see where you're coming from. You got low self-esteem. Yeah. You're very depressed. You hate your life.
Yep.
You know,
It's so funny how unhealthy looks healthy and healthy looks
Yes.
unhealthy. You know what I mean? Because I guess in America, we're just so used to how people look. Like dropping weight and being defined, that's actually healthy.
Right.
But especially for women, you know, we've, I think in, especially this country, especially in our community, we look at the girl that's thick and all that, and that's why they go get the shots, and that's why they go, because I'm trying to create this, but internally dying.
Yes.
It's incredible.
It's a warped perception.
I want to got a couple different topics, and I want to talk about actual working out. And what you've been sharing is that, you know, it's 80% diet, 20% workout. How do we approach working out for the average person? If we're going to talk to Jay or Kay or Brandon, or like, how would you, if I don't have a trainer right now, what should I start doing? We'll start.
this person doesn't move at all.
You be moving? You move? What you be doing? Use the mic. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Jason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always on the go. So I mean, like I said, I coach high school football and I coach youth football. So once I get done on the field at the high school, then I'm right around the corner coaching for another 2 hours with the youth. So I'm running
I
up.
think
and
we're
down.
having a different conversation. You're talking about being a busy person.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about working out.
Oh, what do I do as when I work
You
out?
say he has a trainer.
Yeah, I got a trainer.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
train
I got-
what?
I got a-
How many times a week?
3.
3 times a week.
Yeah.
Pretty much like what I recommend for everybody, not just men, but like some level of resistance training. So you got a lot of people that think that getting fit is just cardio based, and it's not, because at that point you'll just be losing weight, and you don't want to lose weight. You want to lose body fat if you want to get something down. So, and a big misconception too is like some weights look the same. So for example, I want to say when you came in, you were like 215.
222, I think 222, I believe.
I don't think you were 215.
I'll just check that out, coach.
Check that.
Find the receipts.
Currently, I think you're just at like a 8 to 10 total weight loss, but your muscle mass has increased.
Yes.
So it's like if you don't apply that resistance training in addition to protein in order to build that muscle, you're at a loss too. So I think that would be the biggest thing. The number one tip that I'll give people is like make sure that you're not just doing cardio, because that's like a lot of first beginners, like their go-to and what they stick to and live by, because they are seeing if they stick to it, they are seeing the results of weight loss.
I was 222. But yeah, so I in those first, this is incredible. So May 26, I was 222, and then by June 26, I'm 208. And then like I've had like some ups and downs, and you'll get to a point
is
where it's
normal.
like, bro, why am I not losing? But I wasn't realizing I was putting on weight, so the difference didn't show up in terms of the scale.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm happy you said that, because that scale, I call the scale the devil for that reason, especially for women, because with our hormonal shifts monthly too, that can look crazy. I mean, around our time of the month, you can come up 10 pounds. And that is discouraging for somebody who's weighing every single day or weekly, right? And so Bree said something earlier today about if somebody wants to be a certain weight, right? If you have people come to you and say, I want to weigh 150 pounds. I try to get away from the scale. We'll use it as a baseline to see where you are initially, but you're down, but you look different. You don't look skinny, and 20 pounds is a lot of weight, right? So if you were not lifting, you would look like a totally different person. That 20 pounds would look heavy on you, right? When I say heavy on you,
it was
would
14. I think I lost about 14 pounds
Okay.
total from 22 to like 8. I think I'm however between 6 and 7, I believe now.
But to our
It's
point, though, your
noticeable.
muscle mass
It's
will
the muscle,
increase.
yeah. So you
100%.
body recomposition. So you look healthy, you look stronger. You're building a solid foundation versus somebody who's just losing weight, doing cardio, And that's kind of where that skinny fat comes into, because they're just losing weight. They're not removing the fat, so to speak. They're not replacing with muscle. It's just, that's what you got. That's
Yeah.
it.
Do you have a daily routine? Do you have a daily routine, Breezy? Or what's your workout routine?
My philosophy or training modality is always based around powerlifting. So we train like athletes. That's always my motto. So we do like Olympic lifts, power lifts. But if you're starting out, it always starts like body weight, and then you go into dumbbells, and then you kind of progress into that. But for me personally, I train like how I did when I was a track athlete. So I do squat, bench, deadlifts.
How often?
4 times a week.
4 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
You work out. Okay. I mean, for the average, let's say you have maybe they're not your client, they're just watching this right now. What's the first step to like moving workout wise that you would tell them to do? What should they be doing right now?
Mobility.
Mobility?
Oh yeah, because a lot of people when they're starting out, it's so motivation. You're hype. You got all this momentum you want to build off of, and then you go in there, you get hurt after day 2 because you don't know what you're doing. You don't have the range of motion. You don't have the control in certain movements to be able to do it. So we always start with just mobility. What does your squat depth look like? What is your hip range of motion? What is your shoulder range of motion? Like, what do you have the capability of doing? Increase that or figure out where you are from that. Work on that first, and then you can start to incorporate the actual strength training movements.
Let me ask this too. In terms of client management, I want to know all of y'all perspective in dealing with these human beings, because like you said something, I'm inspired, I'm motivated, I pay my money to be a client. And like how do you look at a person? Because you would have to assume this person's probably not going to be consistent. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I just don't trust people. But how do you look at a client that comes and I'm inspired? Brandon walks in. Hey, I want to work out. What is your philosophy for that person?
So, I mean, we have a whole consultation. So I'm getting to know him. We're having conversations. I'm figuring out what he's done in the past. I'm figuring out what is his current motivation. Like, we have a conversation around that. And then that's what builds the program. That's what tells me, okay, is this person consistent already? They just don't know what to do? Or is this person just completely starting out and we have to start from ground zero? Like, that's how we figure that part out. I have a 90-day commitment minimum. Like, if you decide to do this, you're signing on for a minimum of 90 days, because you can't come in and expect to just have all the change and all the habits reconstructed and everything within the next 30 days. Like, if you are going to do this, we're going to figure out that you're committed from the very beginning. We're not going to get into this and then 2 sessions in, you're like, no, I don't feel like it anymore. That motivation's gone. Like, no, what are we doing? Like,
Why do you think people fall off though? What do you think the reasoning is? If you could pinpoint it over the last 8 years you've been like training, what are some of the biggest reasons people fall off?
people get discouraged, I would say, is probably the biggest one. They get like that motivation is it's extremely high in the beginning, and then they get into it and they underestimated the process, or they just overestimated their abilities in the beginning and they get discouraged. Or now you realize that you can get sore because you did work out, and now you like, oh, I'm injured, I'm hurt, I can't do this anymore. Like, no, this is a process, and that comes from just setting the expectations in that consultation. That's why we have that hour-long consultation and figure out what are your goals, set the expectations, set the time frames, set the milestones, set the ultimate goals, the long-term goals. Like same with business. Like, you have to break it down the same way and go into it with manageable expectations instead of just saying, okay, because I decided this, because I feel like this, because I have a wedding coming up, now I'm all in. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to really understand what's going on. That's where it comes from having a good coach or having a good community or support system. Like, are your expectations managed so you know what's going on? When you had that consultation with him, when you came to your first sessions, you knew what to expect. He laid down, we're gonna what do you call it? Cold turkey. We're gonna do, this is what we're doing, this is the process, this is how long it's gonna take. Those expectations were managed. But if you have a bad trainer or a bad environment, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, lose 15 pounds in the next 2 weeks. And when that doesn't happen, now you're discouraged. Now you don't want to do it anymore.
Well said. Coach, when a client comes in, what is your mindset? What's the first thing you think of?
The first thing I think of, I start scanning their body. Because in my mind, I'm building you out. So it's like, I like doing this, and it's like sculpting. So initially, it's not even about where they are. The fact that you're approaching me and talking about it, I'm scanning you, and I'm already seeing what ways your body, I can manipulate certain things. And then the second part of that is the actual individual. To answer your question as far as like where people usually fall off at, what I found is it's one or two things. Number one, mindset, because there's a lot of mindset checks that have to go along with this in the coaching. And that's where a lot of trainers, like basic trainers, aren't skilled at, because you have to, on some level, be like a counselor and get into somebody's mind. What's his name? Because I'm not going to call him what you call Brandon. Okay. So, my man, he knows how to motivate his team, just what to say, and then even individually, because you have to also assess and learn and know your clients way better than they know themselves, to know what to say, the exact thing to get them on point. So, a lot of times when people get away from the environment for too long and come back and they don't have that community already set up, that's where you can sometimes start to see them spiral down. So they've been out of that environment, that ecosystem for too long, and hanging around, old friends, family, eating some of those things that they used to eat, and then they may not come back. Or if they do, it's kind of like hit and miss here and there, because this is a very painful process. Like, we enjoy doing it I'll say for ourselves, if I was to speak for everybody sitting here, but some people is pretty challenging to the point to where they just don't want to get right back in that same box.
Do y'all lose y'all clients around November?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm speaking of the gym per se.
Yeah.
My personal clients, no.
Right.
Yeah,
But as far as the
okay.
gym is
Yeah.
concerned, you
Right.
see a decline
Yep.
around the holidays. And I think it's just because, I know it's because people's health and wellness journey is not prioritized in their life, right? So it's the first thing to go when life happens. Life is going to happen. When life happens, there's certain things that are non-negotiables that you still have to get up and do every single day. They don't put that in that box of things that they have to do every single day. So it's, oh, okay, I had a death in the family, so I'm getting ready to stay away from the gym, away from that community. I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. I'm going to go on this downward spiral for the next 2 months because I had a death in the family. But that death is more is coming. There's more coming. And you're going to constantly have these setbacks, so to speak, because we're all living this thing called life and trying to figure it out. But when your health and wellness is as important to you as the money that you have to make in order to sustain, so you're going to get up and go to work, when you can factor it as a priority, you're not going to fall off from it. So the holidays come around, so what? You're not even looking forward to eating on Thanksgiving. It's like, who eats that? I don't eat that mess. I don't want it. Don't put that food in front of me. I'm not going to eat it. I'm repulsed by it. You feel stuffed and you feel heavy for a reason because of what you're putting into your body. That's me, and I can be a bit excessive and extreme. I don't eat like a bird, but I eat what my body likes. But it's just the thing is, when I get new clients, I want them to understand that this is not going to take place overnight. You're going to have to listen to me, and those that listen, they benefit. If you think you're going to come in here and you give me, I don't care about your money, I care about you. Because the thing is, I've given people their money back and say, you're not for me and I'm not for you. You need to find somebody else to train with. If you're not serious, if you're not really ready to lock in, Jay, if you're not serious and you're not ready to lock in, and, I'm being funny when I say that, but when we have those consultations, I'm setting my expectations for them. I expect you to show up. I expect you to be on time. Early is on time. I expect for you to be prepared. I expect for you to follow the plan, not your mood. I expect for you to communicate with me. Like Sean was saying, we end up being counselors to a certain extent. So when you're going through things, 9 times out of 10, I already know you're going through something. Let's talk about it. Let's work through it so that your personal goals don't get put off to the side because of this personal thing that's going on. Let's figure it all out so that you can stay even keel. And so you end up really getting to know those that you train, and you're almost in sync to a certain extent. And we have our own community within the bigger community, which is the Loft, right? So my clients, we have our own thing. We call ourselves the Loft Baddies. We have our own WhatsApp group. We have our own get-togethers. They build their own friendships outside of the group collectively, and that's what you want. And that's what keeps them coming, no matter what the season is. When financial setbacks take place, it's, yeah, I'm not gonna get my nails done. I'm not gonna get my lashes done, but I'm going to that gym.
Yeah, I love it. I had some more questions, but I want to open it up for like some questions from either if you're watching this live stream or in the room, if there's some specific questions, because I know what's helped me is while I'm in my session, I be having 1,000 questions,
Yes, you
right?
do.
And I always be trying to get the answer that I want. So I'll ask the question a bunch of different ways. So we
Dave,
got
I
some
want to
questions in the
add.
chat.
I want to add one thing back to that question. The one thing that helps people during the holidays is what we talked about in the beginning: is having the right systems, like having the right steps in place. So when life starts lifing and all of that stuff happens, you don't have to fall out of routine, or it's not anything super hard for you to keep going. You have the systems, you have the routines in place. You already created the habits. Like, have the systems in place. That's going to be another thing that keeps people from falling off.
Well said. What you got, Sal? You might have to slide over a little bit. I don't know.
So I had a question specifically for you guys because my significant other, she's not a fatback, but she's
Whoa, slow down.
listen.
Tread lightly.
She's like 110 pounds, right? And she's been wanting to gain weight, and like we both kind of like try and do workouts and stuff together, but she's recently said she started noticing or feeling like she's losing weight, and I'm like, oh well, how much do you weigh? And she's like, well, I don't want to get on the scale, kind of like what you were saying. And it's like, how best could you like balance the motivation, like trying to motivate someone without discouraging them, like on whatever journey they're on?
Yeah. So how old is she?
She's 27.
Children yet?
No.
Okay. So as a woman, your bodies change automatically, of course, with age and with childbirth, right? So everybody wants to gain weight. She has I call a virgin body. What I mean by that is she has not had children, right? That can give her the added little oomph that she might be looking for if she decides to have children. Outside of that, she's got to make sure her nutrition is where it needs to be. You're working out, and as someone that's just by nature just a smaller person, you have to eat a different type of way because her body burns with no problem. That's why she's smaller, right?
Right.
So she could get on a mass gainer shake, one that's clean, but that's going to give her the added calories that it takes to kind of offset the working out, because you don't want her to not work out. But I will also restrict the type of cardio that she's doing. So I would integrate her more of her cardio. When I say cardio, meaning increasing her heart rate through her lifting. So in those heavier reps, it's going to get her heart rate up. So that will give her the cardio part of it. I wouldn't have her hiking, treadmilling, multiple times a week. I wouldn't have that. And if she does walk on a treadmill, it would literally be incline, very short duration, just for maintenance purposes, not to lose, right? So the main thing I think for her is the nutrition piece of it. She needs to increase her protein. She needs to have at least 5 ounces in each meal, minimum. And if she does like a mass gainer, protein shake after her workout, at least, that should make a difference and at least keep her steady and not losing.
Okay.
So,
Makes sense.
anybody else? Any other questions?
Just to add to what she's saying, which is on point, tracking, like, if she's afraid of tracking, it is more than just a scale. So you're looking at measurements, you're looking at pictures. Like, pictures are everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. But the scale, not just a scale that tells weight, but that's going to give all the details and all of her readings and everything. So that helps, and have a certain, I say, my go-to is 30 days. Every 30 days, stand in the same spot, you know what I mean? Get all your data, and then that way you can see, because if you're not tracking, there's no way to know what's going on.
Facts.
Exactly. Okay.
Sean said something. Those pictures are everything.
Yep.
The pictures outweigh anything because a person who gets on the scale and they don't see anything, those pictures show it all. And so I'm like, Sean, you're going to take 360 photos day one. You're going to get on the scale just so we have a baseline. And then in 30 days, we're going to revisit. We're going to take those pictures again, We're gonna get on the scale. I do want to see the scale move if you're a weight loss client, but a lot of times people start losing inches before the scale even starts to catch up.
I see.
Those pictures show it all. Always take those pictures.
Cool.
Yeah, you know it was crazy. One thing that motivated me was the picture. I'm talking about the first picture, because you don't see how you look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can look in the mirror and it's like, okay, but when someone else takes a picture of you and you're looking at your own body, you're like, this is nasty. What am I? Did y'all take a picture? Y'all took before pictures? You didn't take? Let's take some pictures.
And that's one thing that I've seen though too when it comes to clients. Yeah. 90% of my clients will try their best not to show their face in their first picture. And then once we're down the line, 90 days down, you see them smiling in their before their after pictures. Like, it's, even though you don't want to, at the very least, do like nose down. So at least you can see
Take
like
a picture,
here.
bro.
You need those pictures.
You gotta
Those
see how you
pictures.
look.
Those pictures, they mark the commitment. That is you putting your foot down, saying, okay, yes, this is where I'm starting. I'm not going any far past that or any far behind that, and I'm moving on from here. But you have to have that starting point to where you're like, okay, now I'm locking in. It's an extra level of commitment that you got to have.
I took them myself.
Did
So I'm
you?
not gonna put it out.
360 pictures?
No, I'm saying
front and side.
when you first started with the trainer.
Yeah, like just I didn't do it with the trainer. I just did it at home. Like
That's cool. But you need the back
Why?
too. You need 360.
You do need-
What are you
Yeah.
afraid? Why?
Did you take your second and third? Because you've been going for 3 months now, right?
yeah,
Did you take your second and third shots?
no.
Because you should be as, yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you think anything changed? Use the mic. Do you think anything changed? Like if you took a picture
I mean,
today.
I've lost weight, so I mean, I've lost like 11 pounds in the 3 months. So, I mean, but I don't see it like.
You're not
personally.
going to.
Yeah,
You gotta look
That's
at the
why you need
pictures,
the
man.
pictures.
That's why
That
I-
goes back to everything we've been saying. Like
Yeah.
you need, and back to the scale thing in general, and this speaks to her as well. That number is not as critical. You need that number to understand where you are, what's going on. But measurements, photos, tracking how you feel, all of those things are going to be way bigger indicators. That number on the scale it can mean so many different things.
Yeah. What's a good rule of thumb when to take progress pictures?
First thing in the morning.
Oh, you mean
Well,
you
picture
mean
it
time?
says progress. They're just asking, what's a good rule of thumb for when to take progress pictures? I guess when do you take the first one, second one, third, like that?
Oh, every 30
Every
days.
30
Yeah,
days.
30 days
30
apart. And make sure you do it when you first wake up,
Yeah.
after you go to the bathroom,
Yep.
before you eat or drink anything, with as little clothes as possible if you're at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your best look.
Every
Got
30
that?
days.
And then we'll track it for 30 days. Yeah, you know what we should do? Take the pictures, right? And send the picture to me. And if we don't lose a certain amount of
No,
weight,
bro.
See,
I'll
that is
post
not
it.
happening.
Heck no.
that would cause. Is it? Didn't
That's
they
a
do that? The
motivator.
Biggest
Yeah.
Loser or something like that. I think it was. I don't know. It was a game show or something. Maybe some book I read where this person wanted to do something, and it was like, "Yo, take these pictures. If not, if you don't lose a certain amount of weight or you don't hit this goal, then we're gonna post it." And the guy was like, "All right, cool, no problem." His wife, however, she had to do the same thing. He didn't really lose the weight. But what happened was they said, well, we're going to take a picture of your wife. And if you don't hit your goal, we're going to post pictures of your wife all on social media, like with the half naked vibe. So I think that inspired you because I'm going to post that joint early too. If I think you ain't on track, I'm going to post it. You should do it. Let's do it.
No,
Why not?
I'm not doing it.
Do you not have confidence in yourself?
No, I'm not as serious about my journey right now to
It's
set
not.
myself up for that phase.
Stop
hasn't
paying
locked
that
in
trainer then. It's a waste of money.
I'll just keep paying the trainer and go into my comfortability.
Hey, some movement is better than none.
Yeah.
So you're gonna out the person that's active and not giving a crap about their health, the food they're eating and stuff, is gonna surpass somebody that is just sedentary, doesn't do crap.
I don't care about none of that when it comes to Brandon.
You'll catch up, man. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. That's the last thing you want to do. Don't quit.
Freaking discourage me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit all this.
That's more stuff for me to talk about.
I just have a comment, Dave. I just want to commend y'all here because in our community, we don't talk about wellness or finances. And this right here is the epitome of everything. It's the ground floor. Because if we don't have our wellness, where are we going to go? You can be rich, have all the money, and be incapacitated, and what you're going to do, right? So I just want to commend it. And just being a nurse, and I witnessed, when I worked in the hospital, witnessing young people come in their 20s having strokes because of the lifestyle, the food choices, nutrition is it. And if you all can speak on the sodium content, because there's a lot of sodium in foods, and what type of sodium will be good, because we have a cap, 2 grams a day possibly. If you can speak on that and maybe help people, because our community needs to know as far as reading the labels and the canned foods and different things to help them make these choices better. So we won't see these young ones come in that I'm looking forward to maybe taking care of me in my older age, that we will have a healthier community.
I don't think we talked about sodium.
We didn't.
No, it's more so like processed sodium. So when you're talking about seasoning your own food, the go-to would be like pink Himalayan salt. But you definitely want to stay away from looking at the labels. The amount of sodium that they have, by far, majority of the time, supersedes your daily intake anyway. So the key thing is to just, if you eat whole foods majority of the time, you'll be okay. Like I'm one, I don't know if it was with you when I had the conversation, it's based on like the Gatorades and the Powerades. Man, okay. So I'm like, if we want, I understand like if you're doing some type of activity where you're losing a lot of sweat, which is releasing sodium, then I understand, but there's ways around that to replenish your sodium other than those Gatorades and Powerades, because they have far
So
too much
Gatorade and
plus.
Powerade is to replenish sodium?
Well, electrolytes, all those things. Yeah, it's a sports. And then also to add to that too, since we're talking about sodium, you think about it. Majority of the people that I see that are drinking Gatorades and Powerades are kids and people that aren't active. When you look at the commercials, it's sports based. Why are you drinking a sports drink to begin with? So now you're on overkill. And also, even if you're looking at the 16-ounce bottle, I want to say, that has servings within it as well. So you got to look at the serving size and multiply. So that's how they get you when it comes to the labels.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What about
So
the
there's
shit?
several different servings within that bottle.
Yep. If you, I agree with Sean. If you stay away from, like, don't eat things out of a can.
Yep.
You know, you're better off going to the frozen section and doing a steam in a bag. I mean, if you're not going to just go and buy it fresh and cook it, that's a better alternative of the two evils. But you want to stay away from things that are preserved, and that's where that excess sodium comes from, because you got to preserve it, and that salt preserves it.
Bruh,
I learned
a
something.
32-ounce Gatorade,
He's looking it up.
it's 2.5 servings.
And people kill it.
But we drink the whole,
Kill
drink
it.
that whole thing.
More to, several a day.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I learned something new. You all might have already known about this, but I learned something new, something called H3O. I learned about just maybe 2 months ago or so. I was in the gym working out, and I was doing tricep extensions, and my arm locked up completely. I could not bend my arm. It was stuck like this. My tricep completely locked up on me, and it was because I was dehydrated. And dehydrated, although I was drinking well over a gallon of water a day, but because I was getting ready for a show, I was in show prep. Because
I was
of
just
the,
about to ask you that.
Yep.
I was like, that sounds like show prep.
It was show prep. Because of what else I was doing with my body, the water wasn't enough. So instead of going to something like Powerade or Gatorade, I learned about something called H3O, which is getting the extra hydration and sodium from fruits, but only certain ones contain that. So watermelon is a really, really good source of that. So one of the guys in the gym, he's a coach, G, and he was like, thank God he was there, because I didn't know what to do. I was in so much pain. And he said, we got to get you some watermelon juice. Watermelon juice, cucumber water, things like that. kind of going that H3O bracket, but I had never heard of H3O before because I'm thinking, and I'm in this field, and I'm thinking, I'm drinking water, I'm eating all the things, I'm not restricting my sodium intake. I also season my stuff with pink Himalayan salt, but this still happened to me. And so learned about that. So that's something that you can even put into your toolbox of watermelon juice, fresh watermelon, not no processed stuff, but literally taking watermelon juice and then having that on deck, cucumber water and things of that nature in lieu of those sports drinks because they're supposed to be good, but they're not.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That is so interesting. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, on the topic of like the seasoning and stuff, because I don't know nothing about like how bad the seasonings are. Even if I'm trying to be healthy, I'm going garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, seasoned salt.
Come on.
At least that's the base for everything, no matter what it is. Even if I'm trying to be
The
healthy.
seasoned salt. You on a roll.
So what seasoning should I stay away from? What should I use? Is it that big of a? Because I've heard people say like, yo, if you cut out the sauces, you can go dry seasoning, then you'll be good. Like, what seasonings should I stay away from?
Personally, I'm not gonna act like I'm well versed in that because I told y'all I don't like cooking anyway. So, but the one kind of rule of thumb that I always preach to everybody is if you're eating majority whole foods and you're cooking your own foods and you know where it's coming from, in everything in moderation. I'm just gonna put that out there, but I think Cheryl probably can speak to that specifically a little bit better. But if you are following that 80-20 rule, majority of your foods are the high proteins, the whole foods, the lean meats, not the 70-30 ground beef, the 93-7 ground beef, like the lean meats and the vegetables and the very nutritious foods, then the seasoning is honestly not as important or as crucial, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, the sodium really comes into play for people that have like hypertension because they have to reduce that. Most people don't understand like what Cheryl was speaking of when she was talking about how many grams you're supposed to have a day of sodium, right? Most people you can't live like that in understanding because we're eating out, things like that. So to keep it at a decent level, stay away from eating out because that stuff is loaded with sodium, right? And then when you're seasoning your stuff, like Bree said, in moderation, right? So I don't use seasoning salt. If I do use salt, it's going to be pink Himalayan. But then you have seasonings like Mrs. Dash that have all different kinds of blends, but they are void of salt. But it's all different blends that give you that taste like you have, some stuff on you. It's not bland, but it's not salt based. So, especially in the Black community, hypertension runs heavily in our community. So you have to make sure that you're not overly seasoning. If it's something that you're taking that's already preserved, it's already seasoned, okay? So that's where that palate shift comes in that all of this is linked, connected, that Sean talked about earlier. We're so preconditioned to everything being so overly seasoned and so sodium heavy that when we kind of start pulling away from it, it's like, this doesn't have any taste to it. It does, but your palate is so conditioned to the excess that you can't taste when, you're at a minimum of what you truly need. So to sum it all up, if you're going to add salt, pink Himalayan, still, you can't overdo it with that. And just look at the seasoning section. Go look at the fresh herbs like garlic, the gingers, the turmeric. You can't never go wrong with garlic powder, ever. You can go crazy with garlic powder and give you a great seasoning to your food, great taste to your food. And look at the different Mrs. Dash blends. McCormick's has it too. And Tony Cachet's, everybody, y'all know what Tony Cachet's is, right?
I don't be in the kitchen.
We love that, right? That green. I grew up with that green bottle in my house. There's one that is sodium free, but it has all these different herbal blends in it, and it tastes like it has sodium in it. It's a white can. So you could look at that too.
Man.
And
that's science.
Old Bay seasoning is good. Old Bay.
Where?
Old Bay. Look at the ingredients, yes. And then I'm going to plug my girlfriend. Her name is Dr. Flavor Spices. She's a pharmacist. She created her own spices. I've been using them for 8 years. I mean, she has a variety of them. Amazing. Because if you're concerned about how your food tastes, because like they said, like Kalani said, I eat the same food for 30 days, but you can switch up your flavorings, switch up your spices. So drflavorspices.com. I'm telling y'all, amazing.
Check it out.
Anybody else?
One other thing too. Just I was before I was a coach, I was a chef, so I know a lot about food. So,
That is clear.
but just your garlic powder, your onion powder, all that is dehydrated garlic and onion peels ground up. So there's nothing wrong with that. And another one, the pink Himalayan sea salt, but I also use it's called Danos, and it's sodium free.
Oh, Danos is so good.
So that's another seasoning that you can use, because when I cook, I like to limit my sodium, so I use a lot. I use Danos, I use Mrs. Dash as well, but just a lot of lower sodium or no sodium at all stuff that I cook at home. So I was throwing that out there.
And for everybody that's watching, just in case, like what we don't want is for you guys to think that we're saying sodium is bad.
Right.
It's just too much of it. So your body needs sodium to function, okay? But it's like the type. So just stay away from all that processed crap. Our community grew up on seasoning salt. That went on everything.
Lowry's, yeah.
Come on,
It went on a
Lowry's.
banana.
Yes.
Oh my
Don't
God,
matter.
man deserves
Yeah.
it.
That's a fact.
Nobel Peace Prize. It saves you. I love me some Lowry's. It makes everything better.
You got a question? She had a question over there. Oh.
Armani first. And then this.
Jay, am I muted? Oh, so I got a question. As someone who works a 9 to 5, I'm one of the editors here. I'm sitting down all day. Is it better to possibly work out before work or after? Because before I'm trying to like sleep before I get to work. But when I get home from editing and shooting all day, I just want to relax. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it today. And then it's like, it doesn't really work. Do you guys suggest morning, like before work, kind of get that pump, or like end of the day, kind of like releasing stress, kind of working out? Because I do want to get back active, but like, I'm not gonna lie, after a long day of working here, I'd be like, I just want to go to sleep. So
You
like,
just
what would you
answer-
suggest?
Yeah.
You just answered your question, bro.
You did.
This is individualized. It's personalized. Your best time is to get up
Yeah.
and go work out in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I wake up every morning at 4. 4.
See, I'd be like, I like that because I wake up with like, all right, this is how long it take me to get here. I can wake up, get up, and go. Versus like you're talking about waking up at 4. That just seems like a whole nother day. So I like that.
The thing is, like, so what another thing that's based around health and fitness is having yourself a set ritual and a you time. So for me, like, my phone is off. I don't want to be bothered. Don't talk to me if I'm in a relationship. I've actually gotten out of relationships because of that. And it's like I need that isolation, that time for me, so that way I could be for everybody else. But you have to have like that, some type of spiritual practice or whatever that you do before you even move. So I'm not saying I get up at 4 and I go, and that's a problem too. So I think to help people to get active, start with the little things. Start with what you don't do that you know you should. Start there. So it's if you build the practice of, okay, I'm gonna get up 30 minutes earlier than what I normally do. That starts to create and generate habit. And then next thing you know, then the next week you add on something else. And then before you know it, you're out the door and you're doing all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you have to challenge yourself, especially as a man. You got to challenge yourself, man. Get up, get out the bed. You know what I mean? Do whatever you need to do. Some people got to set their alarm clock on the other side of the room. You know, figure it out. Like, you got to know and understand you. So we can be there for the support and also advise. But at the end of the day, I'm not coming in and get you up out the bed as a grown man, bro. You know, you got to do that. Meet me there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I have
Appreciate that.
that routine is everything. I wake up my alarm goes off at 5:45 every single day, and I hit the snooze, and then I get up on the second alarm. That's just my routine. Then I go in the room, I do my prayer, I do my workout. Y'all see in the morning meetup, I post it every single morning, and it'd be random workouts. It'd be like some push-ups and crunches, and it takes me about maybe like 15-20 minutes, but I do that every single day. And now it's a little easier because it's a habit. So not just deciding, okay, I want to work out. For me personally, I need a structure. So I'm doing that every single day.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to point out that you even stated yourself is by the time you're done, you just want to go to bed. So your day is going to end at the same time anyway. Like you're winding down, like that's your process that you've gotten. So why not just incrementally, like you said, kind of push it back a little bit in the mornings? Because your night probably is going to go the same way every time. Your day ends at 5. You have that routine set.
And you'll find that by getting up earlier, a lot of people feel as if I'm going to be more fatigued throughout the day because I'm starting my day early, but it actually gives you more energy. So by getting up, starting your day, it actually frees up time, especially when you're structured and you get up and you're being intentional about what you're doing when you get up. You get up, what if you're doing your spiritual activities, whether it's your Bible, or whatever it is that you do, and then you incorporate that workout automatically gives you a boost of endorphins that's going to give you energy for the rest of the day. You'll find that you walk in this building, you're like, I'm here, what's up? What do you want me to do? And then when you get home, you're probably not even going to be as fatigued as you think that you're going to be, because now you're working on yourself internally. So that's going to give you the added energy. Losing weight is going to give you the added energy. So you'll see that it starts to pour over into everything else that you do throughout the day. And then by it becoming a routine, it's not a chore anymore. So initially, it's going to be hard. Getting up that hour and a half earlier, whatever it is that you do. But after a while, even after a week, you'll find that it's just easier. And it's like, okay, I know I'm getting up at this time and I know I'm doing this. And you start to see the fruits of what you're doing and how it benefits the whole day. And it's like, okay, I'm on to this. And you're good. Been doing, how many years have you been waking up at that time?
Years.
Exactly.
I can't even tell you.
Years.
Wow.
Just automatic.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Man, thank y'all so much for this conversation. I think it's just much needed because we just don't talk about it. I'm sorry, you had a question? My bad.
Yeah, I just need
Sal,
a couple
Sal,
pieces of wisdom because
Describe that. Go for it.
I'm 54. I'm a former athlete. I'm a former gymnast and ballet dancer. So I try to make myself remember like what I did. I have 5 kids. 4 of them, my body snapped right back. It was all good. My son came along and I went up to 235 pounds. So, and my normal is like at the top, 135. So now I have procrastinated to the point that I'm now in menopause. And so Dave, thankfully with Morning Meetup, I'm like, okay, now I can get up. I'm an entrepreneur too. So I don't really have a reason to get up and go to work. I have a reason to get up and go to my living room, to my office, So I'm trying to figure out, I just started 2 days ago. I think I put it on there that I start working out at night to get energy.
Because you were doing the morning, though.
I still do the morning, and I started low. I gave myself a very low threshold. I went from like, okay, I'm going to do 3,000 steps a day to walking with Dave. When Dave said, we going to go walking, I'm like, okay, I'm going to push myself to do that. And then after that, I started to go up from there. So if I do 3 days of 3,000 steps, I'm going to go to 4,000. And so now I'm up to close to like 9,000 steps a day. And I'm still feeling a little tired, but just for the past 2 days, I start feeling more energy by working out at night. Just a little bit, like maybe 20 minutes of doing something, because like him, I sit down all day, work on the computer. And so I thank Dave to just get me up in the morning. It's the Morning Meetup encourages me to get up and be on a call at 7, which means I got to go to the living room, got to go to my computer. So I'm not just like, I could hear 10 alarms and I would just be like, okay, I'm going back to bed. But because of Morning Meetup, I can get up a little bit early, do my prayers, do my meditation, and then turn on the light and get moving.
What's the biggest thing you're struggling with
but
right now?
The struggle is still feeling the energy. But like I said, it's only 2 days, and I do feel a little bit, but then it goes down again.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything supplement-wise for energy?
So I drink the mushroom alternative drink, not
The coffee?
mushroom
The
coffee. It's alternative. So
Okay.
it's no coffee in it.
Okay.
So I do drink that, and that does keep me like at that level all day. Try to stay away from energy drinks, but sometimes I do feel like I gotta drink that, and I don't like the added everything. I do eat whole foods. I do love vegetables. Don't eat a lot of meat. I do like crave sugar still, and I start drinking clove water like maybe for 3 days now. So I guess it's supposed to renew your palate for that sweet. But I'm just at that point, like I still want that energy. I want to train. I want to strength train so that I can get like just drop off.
Yeah.
I'm losing very, very few pounds, I guess, so to speak, with the walking, but it is going. It's like my same shape, but it's just shrinking down, but I just
Yeah.
need words of wisdom, like keep me going on that path.
Yeah.
Or if there's something new.
First and foremost, you're doing great, just even increasing your steps the way that you are. And I like the fact that you created like realistic expectations for yourself. So you're like, I'm starting at 3. I'm not going to set a goal of 10 because that would have been discouraging knowing that you couldn't hit the 10 from the jump, right? But I think that I'm listening to what you're saying, and then because you're in menopause, it's going to look differently for you, right? Because you're already fighting an uphill battle of what your body is already going through right now. That's why I ask about supplements. You might want to look into BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. And that's something that the body already produces, but it gives you natural, sustainable energy throughout the day. You can just put it into your water and sip on it all day long. That may help. But from what I'm hearing, you need structure. Like, you really need your day planned out for you to begin. And your strength training is going to be your best friend. Walking, your best friend, because HIIT cardio can have the opposite effect on you because of cortisol levels because you're in menopause, right? So keep walking, try to get your 10,000 steps a day, and incorporate strength training and really, really get on a solid meal plan. And I think that you'll start, I know that you'll start to see some progression with your goals. They may be a little slower because you're in menopause, but you can still have success. But you need structure.
Where do I start with strength training? Can I start with like the 10 pounds?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because you have to start according to where you are, right? You can't just go in the gym and start lifting with 30s because you're just not there strength-wise. So absolutely, you can start with 10s, but we need a solid program. So, okay, what are we doing with those 10s on Monday? What are we doing on Tuesday? Maybe Wednesday needs to be your complete rest day because rest is just as important as the workout and the nutrition. So maybe Wednesday needs to be a complete recovery day for you. So we just need to build out truly what your weeks look like.
Yeah, I'm scared to do the heavier weights because I can lift it. I'm more strong. Like my sister's flexible. I'm the stronger one. So I can, but then if I'm tired, I won't do it for another, a month. So, but I heard that it's better to do like say 5 really heavy than just the smaller weights. So I just
No,
need
not
to-
necessarily. That's not what we say. You talk to what would they say, 10 different people, you get 11 different answers, right? That's not the case. They both have different, you lift heavy for different reasons. You lift lighter for other reasons, right? Neither one is better than the other. The main thing is that you need strength training. You do need weight training. Yeah, especially at your age. You do. Women need to tap into strength training early, very early. It's something that's neglected because people feel like they're going to bulk up. They're going to look like men. That's false. It's not happening. But just those 10s can do a lot if you know what to do with them, And so y'all feel free to jump in.
5s can do a lot.
Yes.
Don't it?
100%. Yeah, I gotta go lighter because I've been having shoulder issues.
Yeah.
The 5s, bro.
Yeah.
I think when I have issues, that's why I think it's important to have a trainer when you're in the gym, because if I wasn't, I'd hurt myself because I'd just be pushing through it. You know what I mean? But yeah, them 5s. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, one other thing that I would say in addition to that, love everything that she said, the supplements, the strength training for sure. I would also say, and one thing that I tell my clients is the mobility aspect that I was talking about. Because that is going to be like a good foundation for you because you have increased your steps. So that's good. You're getting more movement throughout the day. Set an alarm at the top of every hour or every other hour or something and do 5 to 10 minutes of just straight mobility, body weight movements, controlling your body through certain movements. Because especially as you get older and as you go through these different things, you lose your range of motion. You lose your ability to control your body in certain things. How able are you to, if you are about to fall, catch yourself? Like things like that. Like that's very important and overlooked a lot of times. So while you're incorporating the strength training, kind of play around with how you do it. Progressive overload, which is just increasing weight over time, playing around with the different styles and things like that. But mobility needs to be the foundation of what you're building right now.
So I do Tai Chi. So is that what we're talking about in mobility?
So when I say mobility, it's more like simple basic movements like yoga style kind of like your cat cows or like your world's greatest. I can't really show you right now, but like how able are you to get in certain positions and be controlled in those positions. That's essentially what that means. And I'll show you some different exercises you can do, just like simple, like no equipment needed. It's just you can do it standing, you can do it sitting, on the ground, any of those things.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Good stuff. All right, so thank y'all so much, man. We're gonna close this thing out, but before we do, again, I just want to say thank y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through, and we never know who's inspired or motivated. I mean, anybody here ready to go? Inspired and motivated, and I think we just need to have more conversations. Like, let's just talk about it. We don't talk about it. And when you're in a room of people where they're talking about entrepreneurship and making money or inspired, you say, you know what, I'm gonna go get it. I'm about to put my funnel together. But we don't really have these types of conversations. So I appreciate y'all coming through. So if y'all could leave us with a word of wisdom, and we can close out. We'll start here and go around.
Okay. A word of wisdom: just take things day by day. Don't overload yourself with unrealistic expectations, but day by day, literally. Today is, what's today? Friday?
Friday.
Today's Friday. Let's get through today. And then tomorrow has its own things that are going to come along with it. So every single day, just take it. When you wake up in the morning, that day starts that day. That sounds crazy. That day starts that day. At the end of the day going to end, right?
Right.
But no, seriously, just take it seriously day by day. And if you should have a setback that day, so what? Tomorrow is a new day. Start over, start fresh, and you'll have success.
I love it. And let everybody know how they can connect with you, and also if they're looking to work with you, how can they work with you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I'm Mrs. 2 Weeks Out, MRS, the number 2 weeks out. Also co-owner of The Loft Atlanta. That's the Instagram name as well. Fit Formula 2121 is our online training program. And if you're looking to connect with me, to work with me, the Mat Club, ATL, that's my Pilates business as well. If you're looking to connect with me, send me a message to Mrs. 2 Weeks Out. I'll get to it at some point. Or you can send me an email, actually, that might even be better, to CEO@thebodyenvy, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor.com, and we'll get you set up. And even if it's not me personally, I have an amazing staff of trainers at my gym, and we can get you where you need to be.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Coach On.
In close, I would say don't be afraid of a challenge. Like, push towards that. Like, set expectations for yourself, but like Alani said, don't overdo it to where you expect every day to be the same. So give grace, but also look to set challenges up for yourself, because that actually builds self-esteem. So whenever you conquer something or complete something that was a bit challenging, it just does something to you. So that would be like the number one thing that I would want to put out there to people.
Well said. How can they connect with you on social, and also if they want to work with you?
So on Instagram, I'm Coach Sean _fit. Same on TikTok, pretty much all platforms. My website is CoachSeanFitness.com. I have an online program as well, RI90, and you can tap into my program by clicking on my Instagram page or my website, and also you can DM me, and we can talk about some things and get you where you want to be.
You still have online slots? I know, yeah, it's so crazy. Once somebody drop off, it'd be somebody replaced that day. I'm like, yeah, because you only have.
It's a waiting list, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't have a full gym like they do, and trainers. It's just not one-on-one. I'm sorry. It's a private studio. So limited access, So as far as me reaching the masses, that's where my RI90 program kicks in at, the online program.
Got it. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir.
Coach Bree.
Hey. So word of wisdom.
Yep.
That's it. Have your foundation set. Like, really focus on the foundations of everything that you're building. Know why you're building it, and then build off of that. But if you don't have that foundation set, if you don't know what your systems look like, if you don't know what your routines look like, if you don't just have that basic support system and reason for why you're ultimately doing this, then it's going to be so much harder than it has to be. So that's my takeaway, or my word of wisdom.
Absolutely. And let everybody know how they can follow you and how they can work with you.
I am on all platforms at Breezy Fitco, BreezyFitco. You can find me TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all those things. If you want to work with me, you can go to breezyfit.co/resources. You can book a one-on-one strategy call with me, or you can join my online community, Strong on Purpose.
There we go. Strong on Purpose. Thank y'all so much. Brandy, you got anything to say? No? You're good? Jay, you got anything to say? Jay.
Yo, y'all gonna tune into
Here's
my
commitment.
90 days, my 90-day results and see how I locked in. So I'll let the
get it.
results speak
AJ.
for itself. Yeah,
Monday.
90 days.
Let's get it.
All right.
Start
do it.
Monday.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I love it. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. Please, if you're watching this live, please just hit the like button. We really, really appreciate that. It does more for us than you can imagine. So please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Watch this over again and share it with somebody, because I think some people just need a little bit of inspiration or motivation, and it can change their life. So appreciate the love, family. We'll see you next week. Love you. Peace. All right.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, no, this was good.
Yeah,
This was good.
appreciate it.